Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson. In this crypto report, we're going to be talking about why you should not buy these popular crypto nodes that you've been hearing about. I know you've been chasing passive income. I know I published a video talking about passive income is pushing P. And you want to make money every month without having to do more work, which makes sense. But I want you to make sure you check out this report before you move on a node. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out to all the subscribers. We're going to get into this topic. I know I talked about passive income is pushing P. I know that. But not all passive income is made the same. Before we get into the report, let's take a look at the market. Bitcoin has been punished. It's down to 34,000. People are getting afraid. The fear and greed index is down to 20. Last week it was at 46. I have said that the time to buy is when it gets down into the 10 area. This is the sweet spot. So we're heading in that direction. Okay, what's Bitcoin doing? Well, year to date, Bitcoin's down 23%. Just giving you the big picture right now. This is TradingView. ETH is down 32%. This is year to date. 1 year, let's see how we're looking. They're down 42%. ETH is down 42% and Bitcoin's down 32%. And that's on 1 year. So right now things have been headed in the down direction. And that's why I wanted to raise this topic. Everybody's looking for where the gains are. And so you found people flocking to projects like Wonderland Time. Shout out to the Hidden Gem Network. I think the brother's done a lot of good work over here. However, he was a big fan of Wonderland Time. I had been studying and watching and waiting. And in the time I was watching, I, just like everyone else, sat back and watched this project disintegrate. We saw Wonderland Time tank. And Wonderland Time. And you can see right now what happened to Wonderland Time. And so I want you to remember to have more of a realistic view, not a pessimistic view, a realistic view, especially in the era after Wonderland Time. Here's a token that was all the way up to 8,000 is now down to $300. So what this means is you can get that flash in the pan type of action. In these new creative projects, I want you to understand there's a reason that you should doubt them more than you should be so excited about what you can gain. Let's get into the reasons. Number one, why you should not buy new crypto node projects. This is what we're talking about. The number one reason is Ponzi scheme tokenomics. Now I'm going to play some videos here from some other YouTubers. Shout out to them. Tell them that I sent you. I want you to understand. I'm not going to go through the whole video, but I want you just to get the point that they're making. Here's a video from the blockchain guy where he's talking about, yes, Thor, which is one of the top projects that everyone's talking about for crypto nodes. He's talking about, yes, Thor is a Ponzi. Let's check this out.
Signs point to this being a cut and dry Ponzi scheme. In this video, I'm going to show you some of those signs of being a Ponzi, go through Thor's actual investments and value proposition, and then make predictions for when it will actually crash based on actual Thor data. So what is Thor? Thor is one of many of these different node projects that have popped up in the last few months.
Now, Thor obviously is definitely most of these passive income YouTubers, including myself. I think I even mentioned Thor in a previous post somewhere. But the thing to understand in this incredible report here by the blockchain guy is that the tokenomics do not support the offer that they're making to their community. And because it's built on a Ponzi styled scheme, meaning that the new token buyers are actually supporting the people who are believing they're claiming profits. This is problematic, and this is explained excellently in this report here from the blockchain guy. So make sure you check out this report. The thing to take away from this report I'm doing here is to understand that yes, it's a Ponzi, and this guy does a great job of explaining that. I want to go to the next node, and I have a list here that we're talking about. The next node is Strong Block. Now, shout out to Drew Wolfer for doing this report. He's called out a number of these node projects. So let's see what he has to say on this video.
Absolutely not. Were there other node projects absolutely flooding the space whenever I entered into Strong? Definitely not. Would I have still made the decision to get into Strong? Probably. But would my strategy be much different? You bet. So as I stated in the intro, Strong's actual revenue per day is about 30,000 Strong tokens, and their liabilities, which means how much they need to pay out to their node holders per day, is about 29,000 of those Strong tokens.
Okay, so you can see that's a very, very tiny margin if you didn't get that. He said that they got 30,000.
They need to pay out to their node holders per day is about 29,000 of those Strong tokens that they bring in per day. So I'm actually going to do a lot of this in terms of the token.
Back that up one more time.
But would my strategy be much different? You bet. So as I stated in the intro, Strong's actual revenue per day is about 30,000 Strong tokens, and their liabilities, which means how much they need to pay out to their node holders per day, is about 29,000 of those Strong tokens that they bring in per day. So I'm actually going to do a lot of this in terms of the tokens, because at the end of the day, the dollars don't really matter because no one's getting paid in dollars.
So check out this report here, but very, very thin margins that they're operating on. And in his report, he does a great job of showing you that actually they're not going to be able to fill in that gap. And he goes through the math that's behind that. That's the reason why I'm telling you, that's the number 2 reason why you should stay away from even the most popular node project. Now, when Strong Block goes down, it's going to affect all the other nodes. So even though I got a list of nodes here, when Strong, the leader, goes down, it's going to affect the others as well. Now, there's one node that I would say has the lowest amount of negativity about it. But I'm going to continue here down the list of these populars first. So now we're talking about, you got it, Drip. And here is a video from a YouTuber that doesn't have 1 million subscribers. Davey G Does Crypto. And he's talking about why Drip Network is an obvious scam. Now, he's not even using the word Ponzi, which there are legitimate crypto projects that admittedly use Ponzi tokenomics. But what he's saying is this is an outright scam. So that means this could lead to developers or somebody inside the project or connected to the project leaving out the back door with your money. So I want you to check out a couple of the points that Davey G Does Crypto makes here in his report on Drip.
Prioritizing their vision over sustainable profitability. The Drip is the complete opposite though. For those who don't know, Drip is an affiliate program where stakers make high rates of return by receiving a percentage of all other people's transactions.
He calls out the fact that Drip has that affiliate marketing function in its reward system, which is, it gives you that weird kind of feeling when really, if the token is so valuable, you should just receive interest or rewards from the fact that you're a holder, not some complex scheme based on who you were referred by and how many people you've referred. So it's kind of like transforms you into the Avon lady of crypto. Let's hear what else he's saying.
Now, in order to continue getting that sweet APY, new buyers need to keep joining the network to buy drip tokens in order to provide value to stakers. So Ponzi-nomics is nothing new, and I don't outright hate anything that has anything to do with Ponzi-nomics by default.
And that's the issue. When you got that Ponzi-nomics, then you got that big question mark. And remember, this is in the post-Wonderland Time era. So that doesn't mean that we're all trusting and believing everything everybody says. No, we're doubtful. Remember, crypto is not about trust. You can build completely trustless systems, but in replace of trust, we don't just have faith, we verify. And that's what Davey G Does Crypto is doing here in his video. And I recommend you do as well. Check out his claims in his video and see if you can disprove them. If you publish a video, copy me and I'll take a look at what you're saying. But in this environment, this is enough to doubt, especially in a market that's heading this way. You can see what Bitcoin and ETH has been doing. You have to ask yourself, why are you taking the additional risk in these fly-by-night projects? Okay, so that's why I recommend just avoiding these nodes right now. These new nodes, that is. Of course, if you want to get into a legitimate node, then you should just buy a Bitcoin mine. And I explained that in one of my videos here, which I can't find right now. I never can find the video. But in short, if you want a good node, you should do like El Salvador and invest in Bitcoin miners. And there are some ways you can do that without having to actually set up a computer in your house. That node is going to be connected to a proven network, Bitcoin, and it is going to actually perform and behave as a real asset, as your rewards will be paid as long as Bitcoin is functioning on the blockchain, is functioning on the internet. All right. So I would recommend Bitcoin as a node, number one. Number two, a Bitcoin node is less than $20,000, which is a good price considering the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more valuable than the price of its node, which is not the case with very many projects. So let's take a look at the other node that I would recommend, or I would say this would be the only node that I would say do more research. I can't say I'm going to recommend it, but that would be Flux. Why is I don't see as many reports about Flux being a scam. I don't see very many complaints about Flux having Ponzi tokenomics. I have one beef with Flux, and that is the underlying projects, the nodes that Flux runs, they themselves are weak in terms of, would you want to hold those tokens? The nodes that Flux runs, the cryptocurrencies that run on Flux, for example, one of the biggest that I'm familiar with is Cadena. And I don't even know if I'm spelling that correctly, but Cadena, let's go to Cadena here on my Wonderland. Let's go to Cadena. And Cadena has not done a good job of holding value. It has definitely crashed and not shown any signs of rallying back to where it was. So if you are getting a Flux node that's running Cadena, then how well is your investment going to do? This is why I don't think the new nodes, are a good investment. They're just like any other brand new crypto in the amount of risk they have, and there is no there there? What is it that you're actually buying? I don't think you'll get to a point where you really understand it, as these projects are still trying to find where they fit in, right? So Cadena ran all the way up to $22, and now it's crashed all the way down to $6. It's under $6. And obviously we're in a little bit of a downturn, and this is super important because remember, these nodes, they're supposed to be long-term hold assets. So if they're going to crash more than the regular crypto, why not just hold the crypto? That's my point to you. So those are the reasons why you should not buy new crypto node projects. I mentioned that, or my last point I didn't really talk about was they behave as if they are designed for trading when they're supposed to be something that you can just buy and forget about. When you look at all of these nodes, you see they're all down. Where is the stability? They're all losing big chunks of equity here. 7 days, they're down double digits. In the last 24 hours, most of them are down double digits. And so if you have to trade, then you're not benefiting from something that's staying steady and actually holding value. And when you do hold, you end up getting wrecked, just like the people who got taken advantage of in Wonderland Time. All right. At this point in time, I want to thank you for liking this video. If you didn't like this video, make sure you check out all my other videos, crypto reports. And if you don't like any video, share this video with somebody who will. Until the next time, peace.